Oh God, I don't know if I can. No, I can say it as long as I'm not specific. I will say that my views, like just viewership and like audience retention in general, has went up like a shit ton. But CPM is also down because no one's advertising on YouTube.
That's the thing.
Because big ass companies are trying to save money. So no one's like views are up, but the revenue is down. So on the whole, nothing has really changed.
Yeah, we're feeling it the same in Globko's channel. Like views are very good, but the revenue is bad.
The revenue is just shit.
Good thing we kind of have like sponsors going around, because otherwise this would be a difficult time. People think that
it would be weird
because we're able to do our jobs as the pandemic is going, that nothing has changed, but in truth it has, because like I said, like the amount of money we get because of ads has been reduced.
You got to be a lot smarter with you got to be a lot smarter with like what type of videos, like what type of content you do. I started putting in a lot more, not a lot more, but like just more ad breaks than usual on some of my content, just because I looked at the stats and saw the CPM was like dog shit, and I was like, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, we don't really want that. Because again, this is our job. This is
like this is how I pay rent.
Yeah. And but we'll definitely get through this. I just hope that we've been getting good numbers in terms of like regarding COVID here in Portugal. We do have a lot of infections, but at the same time we don't have a lot of deaths. Like our death rate is really low. There's a lot of people.
Dude, the U.S. is fucked. U.S.
is, especially New York, man. We were in fucking New York.
New York City has like New York City specifically. I don't remember where I saw this, but there was an article kind of like itemizing and like dissecting just how many like affected people there were, like in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting really hard to commentate on this and talk at the same time.
Yeah.
Or play it at the same time. Motherfucker. But ultimate point, New York City has more infected cases, like confirmed, than any country. Period.
Yeah.
Fuck New York City, dude.
And we were there a month ago. We were just there. We were just fucking there. And
I think what scared the shit out of me, it was like, there's no way I didn't at least, that guy's gonna eat shit. Yep, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
There's no way I didn't like contract it at some point, because like our demographic has we're most likely to be immune to it.
I guess.
There's no way I didn't come back with like some of it on me, at least. Like I refuse to believe I got away with it that easily.
I guess so, and because we were on like the subway so much, and we touched stuff. We had to hold on to something.
We touched the shit out of stuff.
Yeah, like we were super careful, and we sanitized our hands a lot. That's also a thing we did. But like we were careful. We were actually careful. But I have thought about that. Maybe we got lucky and we because it happens a lot. Like there's a lot of people we don't like that don't get symptoms, and that is more people than actually people realize. So I hope that is the case. I guess I
wouldn't be surprised.
There's talks about an immunity test going around here in Portugal soon.
Oh, dope.
Because like if you think about it, and this is very sad to say, and like I don't even get me wrong, because I don't think that's the correct way of going about it, but the more people that get infected, theoretically the faster the country deals with the situation, because if you can really get immunity by contracting the virus and then curing it, even if it's just like for 1 year or something, you're gonna get community immunity, right? And then at some point, no one's gonna get the disease. Portugal, for example, we don't have a lot of people infected compared to other countries.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, this is amazing. This part, no floor. Floor is lava. Jesus. Here in Portugal, like, it's gonna take so long for us to get back outside, because since not a lot of people are infected, not a lot of people are getting immunity. And obviously, that being said, we don't even know if immunity is really a thing at the moment.
I don't think it will be for a while.
So that's
a while as in a few months at least.
Yeah, it's a hard subject, man. It's really tough. But I guess Germany is dealing with the situations like fucking champions, man. They have a lot of infections. They have close to no deaths, and so many people have been cured. Like, they are dealing with the situation like fucking champions. Like, it's insane. They're actually, like, they were actually prepared for this shit. Oh, come on.
This is not hard.
Yeah, man, I'm eager to go outside. I miss, do you know what I miss the most? Cinema and popcorn. Like,
I've never been a huge cinema guy.
Dude, I've realized that, and I've been speaking to my friend, like, she's like the same. She even goes for, like, the same movie twice or 3 times if the movie is really good with me. Like, she's into cinema like that. And I've been speaking to her like, dude, I fucking miss cinema. I miss going out, watching a movie, eating some popcorn. Like, I think it's my therapeutical. It's like whenever I'm down or whenever I need to release some stress, it is my main thing to do. It's like going to the cinema. She's also a very good
going
friend.
To the fucking gym.
I've been trying to work out as best as possible, and honestly, it's not going so bad. Good. It's not going so bad, even though, well, it's not the same.
Did you ever get those weights that you ordered separately?
No, I got they canceled.
What the fuck?
They canceled the fucking order. I got the dumbbells, but I didn't get the weights, so I just have like 2 sticks. That's what I have.
Hey, gotta make do.
I've been doing a lot of calisthenics, like bodyweight training, and actually it's been working quite a lot. I'm trying to do 1-arm pull-ups.
Oh fuck, those things are bitches.
And that just requires a lot of your back and biceps, and it's great. All sorts of squat variations. It's not the same, but I'm actually having fun. It's not that, like, it still takes away that moment of me going to the gym and just, even though I don't interact with people much, I see people, because, well, we work from our places, right? And then we go outside for a bit, we see people, even though we're listening to music and working out. It's still,
seriously.
It still makes a difference on my, like, my day-to-day life is a bit affected by that.
I've definitely gotten used to I definitely didn't think I'd be getting used to like Zoom calls and Discord chats as much as I would, because like a majority of my meetings are on Discord anyway, just because of like that's just the nature of the job. But I'm like hanging out with fucking friends the same way now. Like, all of my social life and all of my work life are being supplied by the exact same apps at the moment.
Which is interesting.
Which is just fucking weird. I don't know if I like that.
Well, my family, we have been speaking. We had this Easter meeting during lunch on Sunday.
Yeah.
On Messenger, like a lot of just doing like
just tuned into the stream.
Yeah, like the video
nice
chat
family
with everyone.
Gathering live on Twitch.
It was kind of cool. And even though like I'm super nerdy and I do like to stay inside, I also like going outside a lot. Which is something you might have realized when we were in New York. Like, even though I am this very calm and introvert person, I do like to go out. I like to go to the beach. I like to get some coffee outside. I like to do a lot of stuff outside. Pedro, for example, he deals with this situation much in a much easier way because he doesn't really like going outside, for example.
Oh yeah, understandably.
But yeah, I kind of do miss going outside. But it's just it's weird. And as you know, I'm a hugger, and this is the worst time to be a hugger. Like I miss hugs. Fucking miss hugs.
Gotta get that physical validation.
Dude, it's
up in
insane,
this
man. Weird times for sure, but I've been clearing my backlog, dude. I've been playing so many games. It's insane. Like I'm actually going to clear Final Fantasy VII during the weekend. After clearing Resident Evil 3, I'm gonna go to Resident Evil 4 and then Star Wars Fallen Order next. Like I'm fucking
dude,
going.
they better fucking remake Resident Evil 4, dude. I swear to God.
Oh, it's totally going. I just thought that they were gonna do Code Veronica first.
Oh wait.
Because like chronologically speaking,
that would make sense. But Capcom is also a bunch of greedy motherfuckers.
That kind of worries me. It brings the question: are they doing Code Veronica and 4 at the same time? Because
I'm not sure, because there has already been sources not confirming, but like there have already been rumors circulating from people who apparently have insider knowledge, air quotes, in Capcom, that are like, yeah, Resident Evil 4 is it's happening, and they're pretty gung-ho about trying to finish it.
Yeah.
But I just saw these rumors today. I don't know what the fuck kind of charms that I want for this.
I think I'm gonna say that Resident Evil 4 is definitely being made right now, and it's honestly since
it's get that fucking spell upgrade.
Since it's a different team, I'm gonna say that the game has been in development.
It's for a few months, maybe.
I would say more. I would say like since the Resident Evil 3 was being made, because it's a different team.
Resident Evil 4 was also just like different as fuck.
Yeah.
So like I think the team that's working on it, they really don't want to fuck it up, which I admire.
Hopefully they don't really fuck it up.
Dude, if they fuck up, right? Because Resident Evil 4, it was so good that it killed the rest of the franchise. You know?
It's just it also like it changed.
So you got to be careful.
It changed the way shooters worked back in the day, because over-the-shoulder shooting was not a thing.
Yeah.
And they just reinvented the whole genre by itself.
It was just fucking good.
I think, like, I haven't played the game per se. It's one of the games I'm gonna play next. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. One thing that I've heard, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen the news regarding Resident Evil 8, but it seems like Resident Evil 8 is being made on the base of what Resident Evil 3.5 or Resident Evil 4 was going to be at some point, and then the project got scratched over, and Shinji Mikami started the project all over. And I think they're gonna pick up what Shinji Mikami was doing with Resident Evil 3.5.
That would be exciting.
And then making Resident Evil 8, because it seems like it's in a village, which from my knowledge is sort of like what Resident Evil 4 is. It's like in a village in Spain, right?
Yeah.
And I think that this one is actually called Resident Evil Village from the sources that we got the leaks from. So I'm actually excited for that, because it's still sort of Shinji Mikami's head there. If
it's coming from the same brain, yeah.
It actually depends on like how much they are picking up from him, but still there's something there, which is cool. So I'm excited for that. Oh, that was bullshit. That was.
It's just a lucky drop. It's just like. Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
No, that was okay. That was lucky. That one there was lucky. But yeah, I'm super excited, and I'm gonna be playing. I'm actually gonna be playing Resident Evil 4 soon.
Yeah, we got a pretty big video coming out here soon. That's some Resident Evil stuff.
By the way, as I was recording today, like the speed run for you today, I realized something. Like that game, people have been sort of saying that the game is bad or is not worth the money because it's too short. And
the 3?
The third one, yeah. So
yeah.
It is something.
Resident Evil 3 was not long.
No Resident Evil is long. That is the thing. I can clear Resident Evil 2 in under 2 hours.
Resident Evil 3 was not a long. It was never a long game to begin with. Like even by Resident Evil standards, it was still one of the shorter ones.
According to Pedro, I was speaking to him the other day about it, and I think that the real Resident Evil 3 is actually Code Veronica. But
fuck, how do I?
Since Code Veronica was being made for PS2, they wanted another PS1 game before the launch of PS2. So they quickly did Resident Evil 3 before the PS2 was released. And that is why the game is a bit shorter and also a bit different.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And Code Veronica was supposed to be the real Resident Evil 3, and you kind of feel it, to be honest. Like Resident Evil 3 still has that puzzly and mystery vibe as the others, whereas Resident Evil 3 is more like, it's more actiony. That's and it doesn't really mean that the game is worse. It's just a bit different, right? And it's
every Resident Evil game had something different that it kind of brought.
Yeah, I guess so.
And like, I really wish Resident Evil 4 had more. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, I guess. Is like, I wish some of the, especially like some of the boss fights, and like this obviously wouldn't work because I'm applying shit that was popular in games like 2012, 2013. I'm trying to apply that to a game that was made on the PS2. Like saying something like, oh, I wish the boss fights were more eventful. Like, well, at the time that game came out, the boss fights were pretty eventful.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It is a whole
it's
game.
more me being excited for what they might do for the remake if it happens / when.
Sure.
Because it's fucking happening.
Sure. I guess. I mean, it's also like a weird time for video games, man. Like the amount of remakes, and I speak against myself because I am against remakes, but at the same time, I'm playing all of them.
Yeah, I'm against remakes that don't change the formula.
Dude, Final Fantasy VII
almost got fucked by that.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like what they're doing. I hate the practice of Final Fantasy VII. I hate that they're doing an episodic game. But like,
not a fan of the episodic releases.
I fucking hate it, to be honest. I hate the idea behind it. But well, Louis bought the game, and I have his games on my console as well because we share the games. And I was like, I was watching a video before the game, like one day before the game got released, and I was like, I might have to play this. The battle theme started playing, and I was like, yeah, okay. I fucking need
all
to play
the
this.
different shit that they're doing it, because like, I usually don't support remakes either, but that's going off of the assumption that remakes aren't bringing anything new.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah, I guess.
Because like, for games like Final Fantasy VII and Resident Evil, it needs new shit to modernize it and keep it exciting. For games like Spyro and Crash, on the other hand, which also were two of my favorite remakes, in that regard, the less shit you change, I think the better.
I guess
just because it's a much simpler game that has much simpler mechanics.
I guess that the main thing for me is
I don't know what I want here.
When you're trying to, first of all, the difference between remake and remaster is very different. Like it's very important. It is very important to make the distinction between what a remaster is and what a remake is. Because if you're doing a remaster and you're charging the same that you were charging 5 years ago, then you're a fucking dickhead.
Bad.
And you're not supposed to do that.
Fucking bad. Don't, yeah.
And there's a phone. There's a phone ringing. Can you hear it?
Is there a phone ringing?
There's
Shit,
a
I hope
phone.
it's not me.
No, it's my phone.
Oh.
Look at this. Look
I
at
can't
this.
hear it. Oh, I heard it there.
Yeah, it's happening. So the thing is, when talking remakes, when talking remasters, if you charge the same you were charging a couple of years ago, then you're a fucking dick, and you're a
fucking idiot.
I hate your fucking practice. But if you are doing a remake, and for example Resident Evil 2, that even though the base idea came from a video game that was already done, they changed everything. It's a whole different game. So I understand why you would charge the same, because the amount of work was probably the same. When it comes to games like Spiral or Crash Bandicoot, that is different, because the game is exactly the same, and
it's a much simpler. It's a much simpler game, you know.
It's a much simpler remake, even though it's a remake because it's a completely new engine. It's not just a remaster. I do think that the amount charging the full price for that game is more
malicious.
It is more okay than a remaster, but it's still not quite acceptable, I think. But even then, like if it's still a remake, so it's still a lot of work. So I guess
they I think the full Spyro trilogy was what was it, $4? So it was $40, I think.
Yeah, $40. I mean, it's not even full price for the whole thing. So
also, fuck this boss right up. I got hit once. I cleaned that guy's fucking clock.
and
Fuck
he's still
you.
laughing.
He's still
fucking
talking
laughing.
shit. He's still talking shit.
But I've bought several, even remasters. I've bought remasters. Like I just bought the whole Kingdom Hearts collection for $30. Like
Dude.
1.5, 2.5, 2.8, because
Dude,
I already
the
have.
remix versions of 2 were so fucking good.
I only played the first one and the second one, like the originals. I never played the remixed versions of any of them. I played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the Game Boy. Not even the remake, like the
Chain of Memories was okay.
I was playing it for Game Boy Advance. Actually, I was playing it on PC with an emulator.
Same difference.
I don't think that anytime in my life I'm gonna have like enough. If I don't have time during COVID situation, I'm never gonna have time for that games.
Yeah.
For those games.
That's my outlook. Is like, if I can't, I have officially no excuses left to play the games that I want to play. If I come up with an excuse still for some of that, then I'm just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna play.
Dude, I've been like my favorite, not anymore, but like my favorite types of games were Japanese RPGs back in the day when I was a teenager, and I still love them. It's just I don't have.
Dude, you remember Dawn of
Necessary.
Mana? Did you ever play that?
Never played it.
Oh, that game was so fucking good. It probably hasn't aged well, but because I haven't. Oh, I bought this motherfucker out because I haven't played it in like 10 years, but
I think
it was good.
the last Japanese RPG I played was Lost Odyssey for Xbox 360.
Also good.
It was like Blue Dragon and then Lost Odyssey. It was Lost Odyssey was fucking great.
Didn't play as much Blue Dragon.
It was not as good, but it was still pretty good. It was still a pretty good game.
I remember people thinking Blue Dragon was very decent.
I think the story is very childish, but it has an amazing gameplay, and the soundtrack is so good. Soundtrack, it's the same. It's Nobuo Uematsu from Final Fantasy. Who also
Really?
did,
No Mask Shard, you asshole?
he also
You piece
did,
of shit.
He also did Lost Odyssey. Actually, Lost Odyssey even had Final Fantasy on the cover. The game actually said from the creators of Final Fantasy.
Really?
Yeah, it said from the
from
creators.
okay.
Yeah, and
I
then
thought you meant something else. Like I thought you meant like just fucking Titus would be on like the front cover or something.
No, but like they mentioned Final Fantasy in the cover, and also
Which
like
would be funny.
Nobuo Uematsu was also the composer for that one. So the game was fucking perfect. I think the game was the last Final Fantasy, like the last real Final Fantasy after 10. I haven't played 12. I have the game now. I have the HD version.
I was never a fan of 12.
It doesn't feel the same, right?
I could never get used. Yeah, I could never get used to the combat, and it just felt weird.
I guess. So you agree with me that Final Fantasy X was the last Final Fantasy?
It was, yeah.
And then Lost Odyssey, because Lost Odyssey feels pretty much the same.
15 was not bad.
I also have the game and I haven't played. Actually, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna try and tell you the list of games since Xbox 360 that I have.
Oh god.
That I haven't played, and RPGs, just RPGs. I have Resonance of Fate. These are all like 100-hour plus games. Like I don't have time to play those. Magna Carta 2, Resonance of Fate, Tales of Vesperia.
Oh, I remember that.
Final Fantasy. Star Ocean 4. That is like
Star
300
Ocean,
hours.
Star Ocean was decent. I don't think I played as much of it as I should have. Fucking Phantasy Star Online was the shit.
I used to play the shit out of that game.
Oh my god, it was so good.
I played it. I played the Xbox 360 version at some point for a while. Not too much. Like I did all achievements on that. I think it was like 20 or 30 hours of gameplay. It was not too much, but I really enjoyed the game.
Oh, it was so good.
I also have, obviously, I have Final Fantasy 15. And I do think I have more.
Final Fantasy 15 would have been a good... Well, I'm not even going to say would have been. It was a good game. It would have been a great game had it not been for the infamous Chapter 13.
Yeah, I haven't...
I just couldn't take it seriously after that.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I have intentions of playing it. But now that
I think you should. It's definitely worth it.
It's just now that I'm playing Final Fantasy 7.
Play that first.
I hope it's not hard.
That
to
one's
come
more
back.
important. Play that one first for sure.
I'm having a lot of fun.
The new Final Fantasy 7 combat is kind of reminiscent of 15 in a way. It's like it feels the same.
It's really good.
Like it's obviously not the same, but it feels like it came from the same generation, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's really good. I mean,
it's similar in that regard.
I do have this, like I feel this difficulty sometimes of, even though it's an action game, there is still some, like, it is still a bit reminiscent of old Japanese RPGs. And what I mean by this is, it's not fully an action game where, like, you can dodge and block everything. That is an RPG, so you're gonna get hit by stuff. There's no way you can avoid everything. And I sometimes have this
It's not
feeling,
a game you do a damageless run with.
Exactly. And
it's just not the type of game.
And in that regard, I feel like sometimes I have to take my mind away from it, because sometimes I feel like, oh shit, I got hit. Dude, it's not your fault. You got hit
Like,
because
it's fine. Yeah, things just happen, and you take glancing damage from like random sources.
Yeah,
like,
it's the
just
way the
happens.
game works. It's not an actual like hack and slash game. So and I sometimes have to actually think about it and take my mind away from it. It's like, dude, yeah, this is not an action game. You need to be careful. So yeah, like I do need to think about that sometimes, but I'm having a lot of fun with the gameplay, like, and just it just whenever the music comes along and I start listening to the soundtrack, it's amazing, man. I missed an RPG.
These guys fucking suck.
I'm looking at the file size of my voiceover for you, and it's almost at 1 GB.
Oh fuck, yeah, you can compress the fuck out of that.
Jesus. And this
just
is the second
send it to me in a
today
fucking send it to me in a fucking MP3 at that point. I don't even care.
Jesus, I guess I'm gonna have to save it as an MP3 because this is too much.
Like whatever works. Oh, I'm gonna get that. Dude, I got Geo as fuck.
11,000. I have not been paying attention to anything that's happening. If I'm being honest, like this, honestly,
I like the podcast style of like just talking about shit, because like it gives the viewer something to pay attention to, as long as I don't like suck
like really hard.
Yeah, but like it's also entertaining to like keep in the background, just as entertaining as it is to watch. I think we got a good thing going here.
Yeah, and
like for this series, because like podcast style commentary, but you still got gameplay to look at on top of it.
I'm gonna be honest, like I've always loved doing podcasts and live reactions to events. It's always something that I love to do.
Queen Station.
It's always very fun to me. Actually, like one of my favorite things to do, like actual favorite things to do ever, and one of the most things I look forward to the most every year is like events such as E3 and Gamescom or whatever. Events that
not
actually...
this year.
Well, not this year. No, we're probably gonna have E3 still.
We'll have E3, but every studio is probably gonna do it in their own way.
I love
Everyone's gonna do what Sony did last year.
And it's like, honestly, it's
which
fine.
I'm not complaining at all.
No, at all. I will say this. One of my, like, dude, I sometimes, I don't want to take things for granted, and I feel like I maybe do that sometimes, because I've been so fucking lucky since I started working on this, like with video games in general. Dude, I've been to Gamescom in Germany, and it was one of the best fucking experiences of my life. Being treated like, as a gamer, going there as an YouTuber, being treated the way I was treated by companies, like they didn't really treat you as a gamer, they treated you as a businessman, and they treated you as a businessman who is really important to them, because you're the guy that's going to be showing their games to people. So the way they treated you,
yeah,
dude,
it's
really
it's
cool,
a culture
man.
shock for sure.
It is a culture shock. Like, you are a businessman in this strange video game world that you're not used to, and people treat you like really well. Like, we got food, we got drinks.
Which is odd, yeah.
We got everything. Like, they
very, very odd.
It is really cool, man. And I got to visit Germany. I got to visit Spain, France, because of Dragon Ball tournaments. To be honest, like, going to New York was also sort of game related, because it was our work group, right? So it's kind of game related.
It's a little workation.
But I do take some credit on that trip.
Totally putting that on my fucking tax releases.
I was hyping that trip for at least 2 years. I was mentioning that trip for 2 years. I was like, dude, guys, what if we
you
did
bitch.
That is so much damage too.
That was not something that should have happened.
And I've been like, I was hyping that trip for like 2 years. I still can't believe I got Pedro to agree, and then everyone to agree. Although it was like a bit sad that Nancy wasn't there, but we got to meet Pat, we got to meet Anthony, even though like they were not there for the full days. It was fucking awesome, dude. Like since I've started working on this, like this job has made me has allowed me to do stuff that I wouldn't even imagine that I would be able to do, and it's just fucking amazing.
I definitely didn't think I would be traveling as much as I have been. Oh, those are things. Whoops. I thought I was clear of the explosives. Yeah, I definitely didn't. I've definitely been traveling for the past 2 years, especially more than I thought I would have been. Because a lot of people, I can't believe I just got hit by that. A lot of people, like when you think of a creator lifestyle, you think of just like this homebody or this like recluse that's just like tied up in a cave somewhere making videos. Which can be the case if you want it to, I guess.
Well,
question mark.
Especially nowadays, but because we can, there's not much to do about it.
You don't really have a choice then.
Yeah.
But the whole reason I like the lifestyle is because you're kind of in charge of your own fame in a way.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to be Jesus fucking Christ. All right, well that happened.
It is.
But if you want to be some hotshot celebrity, like then you can focus on the self-branding aspect of it, and you can like be that. But if you also want to be a recluse who doesn't fucking know anybody and nobody knows you, then you can just as easily do that.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah,
you're in charge of your own fame, which is kind of why I like the job so much.
I guess also like fame is not really something I thought of, but especially working with Globku, I get some recognition, and usually, for example, in Portugal, you missed one up there. There was one up there.
Where?
On the left. There it is.
Ah, shite. I knew I had you on here for a reason.
I just proved myself worthy. Like.
There's another one. Is that it?
Second.
Yeah, that's it.
So like, especially here in Portugal, I don't get recognized a lot. Now I do. Now people know me from events, but like usually people come to Globku and say, "Hey, Globku, you're the YouTuber," and Globku is the one doing.
You're that guy.
And this is EienRinnegan. Like he usually helps me, but people don't really recognize me. But when I was in France and Spain, because it's more like a fighter, like it's Dragon Ball Fighters community. People actually came up to me and were like, "Oh, you're EienRinnegan from Globku's channel," and I was like, "What the actual fuck?"
Did I tell you I ever got? I think I've gotten recognized in person like twice. It's super not something that happens often, like not even slightly. I was wearing like, this is like in 2018 where I really started taking the gig seriously. I was in the gym and I was wearing like a Lucio shirt, and I could tell like the guy was like there with his girlfriend. They were just working out. They were going through their routine. I was going through mine, and they initially just complimented me on the shirt. It's like, "Oh, hey, Lucio, I'm a support main." I'm just like, "Shit, so am I." And we like exchanged battle tags and stuff. I think I'm still like friends with them on BNet.
Okay.
And that's what it would have been. But I could tell he we started talking about just like how long we had been playing and stuff like that. And we got on the subject of YouTube creators. It was like what kind of Overwatch stuff he follows. It was like, and he brought up some of the more basic ones, like some of the more popular, like, "Oh, I follow your Overwatch. I follow Stylosa or whoever." And he said, and then he made it a point to like emphasize, TGN, there's this guy named Rusty. So even then, fuck, get up and get the thing. But I could tell he was doing it in a way that like heavily insinuated that he knew who I was. Yeah. Like it was one of those things. And I could tell he was being kind of shy about it, so I didn't want to weird him out. But I was really close to being like, "Who's that motherfucker? He sounds like a dumbass." But
you eventually told him, right?
I I think he just kind of figured it out because like he heard it in my voice. Is like, oh, you're that guy.
You're that guy. Your voice is very recognizable, I think.
Which is good for the biz, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. But it's weird being like actually recognized. I've had that happen to
only time that's ever happened.
not me specifically, but to Globku, where we were we were chatting and I saw like a bunch of kids like picking the phone and like showing each other videos, and I could tell they were looking at us, and I was like, okay,
oh shit,
I see what these guys are doing. And
I see what's going on.
They were a bit shy about it as well, but they eventually just came over and like, you're Globku, right? You're from YouTube, and like, yeah, we definitely.
I was hoping we would have got recognized in New York, but I'm kind of glad we didn't, because that just would have been weird.
I think like, because we don't show our faces that much, it is less likely, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess it goes back to like what I was saying earlier about being in charge of your own fame. Because like I could, like if I just show my face more, I would probably get recognized in person more than I do, just because like I'm showing my actual face.
Yeah,
that's like how that works.
Yeah,
but I don't want to do that, so I don't do that.
yeah. It's just, it comes with your idea of like the brand we've created for you, and for Moxness as well, is not really. The chibi though is very recognizable now. It just depends, like the different types of Lewis, for example, his face is now super important for everything he does. Thumbnails sometimes need his face, because he's now recognizable. It just depends, I guess.
That's so weird, because like I don't think I can remember a single video that Globku did where he didn't show his face. That was just the thing he did. It's like that was something he was known for. Like my chibi, I guess, is known in tandem with me. Which is kind of awkward, because one of the main searches, if you search for TGN, like just the keywords, one of the main searches is Rusty Face Reveal, and I'm just like, guys, my face exists. On the internet, like you can just look for like 30 fucking seconds, you will find it. I promise.
It's there. Yeah, it's there.
I'm not shy about it or anything. Like my face exists. You can find it somewhere.
I think it's much more important to show your face when you're doing content alone, and not only that, when you're doing opinion-based stuff, more than for example lists and maybe lore-based stuff. Because when you're doing lore-based stuff, when you're doing lists, even though lists might have your opinion, it is not the main focus of the video. Whereas if you're doing reviews, or if you're doing like talking about a subject, I think it's very important for the audience to see your face and to like sort of in terms of like likability, I think people,
it helps to be genuine.
Yeah, I think it will feel more genuine, and people will probably connect more with you. And since this is a video about your opinion, I think that's much more important.
People will connect with it, even if they don't agree with it. Like they'll still tell that it's coming from a place of authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like, okay, this guy knows what's up. I like listening to this guy.
Yeah. And it's also something we've tried to do on his channel, which is we have this credibility when it comes, because we also do a lot of reviews. We have this credibility that we want to keep. Of course, like people still say, which is something I don't. It's one of the things I don't understand. Is when people say we're biased in our reviews because we get
literally
quotes.
Every review is biased.
That's the first thing.
It's impossible to not be.
That's the first thing. Your opinion will always be a bias towards the review. But people saying that we are biased because we got the codes and we gave like the game a fucking F, or like, how are you saying we're biased by a code when we're saying the game is bad? Like, how can you say such a thing? Like, there's no such thing as a bias with the code when you're saying the game is bad. There's one of the reasons we don't take video game sponsors. Like, when sponsors wanna sponsor something that is from a video game, we don't usually accept, just because, like, yeah,
just because it comes with the whole, like, there's an expectation that you're gonna hype it up and say good things about it even if the game is shit.
Yeah, and we don't want that. We don't want that. We want to be as truthful as possible.
That's smart, honestly. I
don't want to say a game is good when the game is not good, and I don't want to say that I will never do, because who knows, someday I might be needing money and say yes.
Yes, someday rent might be a little harder.
Yeah, who knows?
And
but like,
someday the sponsorships will hit differently.
I just hope that I can say for sure, like a game like Jump Force, I can say for sure that the game fucking sucks. And I won't have to say that the game is good.
Jump Force is coming to the Switch.
Fuck that game.
Who gives
so
a
much
fat shit?
in the ass.
Why do I not have Dash Master? Is that seriously a charm that I'm missing? What the fuck?
But yeah, like,
that's stupid.
Being able to say that, and we have been giving bad reviews for some anime games, and we still haven't got in trouble with the people that sent us the code. So I guess I guess
it all works out then.
Yeah.
What do we have left? We don't have that much left to do. I think we're pretty much in the end game. I've been going after. I think these next couple episodes might just be a matter of, like, just spring cleaning, getting some side stuff out of the way, making sure we're prepared for the final fight, I guess.
Yeah. We're getting
I think I'm on my way to the second Dreamer right now. We'll probably take care of that in the next episode. And from there, I guess it's just a matter of getting that Dream Essence. And we'll be on our way to the White Palace.
And then we get to play Silk Song. That would be amazing. that would be cool.
What a fucking stroke of madness. Like, a stroke of luck it would be if by happenstance the day we finish this playthrough Silk Song just comes out. It's not gonna happen, but
I will cry if that happens.
It'd be nice.
Dude, having Silk Song during quarantine? Dude, that would be amazing. Like, that would be
it depends on how long the quarantine's gonna be. It might be during the quarantine.
Well,
who knows?
Now that you mention, I think I prefer having Silk Song outside of quarantine.
I think I would prefer having Silk Song outside of quarantine as well.
I think it's better.
All right, get the fuck out of here. Dreamers, next episode.
Bye.
Fuck what you heard.